Alright, a couple videos back, I got a, I don't know what I was even talking about or whatever, but they said, West for president, West for president. Well, West doesn't want to be president. Not that I couldn't be president, but, you know, I just don't want to be president. You need an ego the size of, let's see, I don't know, maybe New York City, and I wouldn't be able to carry that around on my shoulders. So I'm not that egotistical. But anyway, most men that become president have an ego that size. But the real reason that I would not be president is because I am not, it's impossible to elect me as a president. A couple reasons. Reason one is that our politicians has set it up to the point where only certain people can become president of the United States. Lawyers, for one. I think the last one that was not a lawyer was actually Jimmy Carter. I don't know about Ronald Reagan. I think he was a lawyer. If he wasn't a lawyer, he went to law school. Sure, something like that. It's a popularity contest for that. And I don't think that I would be very popular for a couple of reasons. First thing I would do is change the welfare system. I would change the welfare system, and I would have a lot of opposition on that because our current president has used the welfare system to become president twice. You put people on welfare and say, hey, you know, who put you here? And if you're not registered to vote, they say, hey, you know what, we can register you to vote, and the next election you can vote in the guy who gave you the welfare. And that has been very successful because only 41% of Americans are actually making the money that is paying for the welfare programs. So that right there would pretty much shut me down. I would be out of the race right away. The second thing is, well, I'm just a farmer, you know? I mean, I know how to run the farm, and I know how to manage money, so that wouldn't work because, you know, if you're not spending more money than you're making, you can't be president, apparently. I mean, that's just the way it seems to me. So, I don't know. If I see $1 trillion or $16 trillion worth of debt, I think, holy shit, how am I ever going to pay this off? Not, hey, you know what, let's hit the Federal Reserve up for some more money because we're American, we can do it. Yeah, I believe the "we're American, we can do it" is true, but it's not, because more than 50% of the general population is on welfare. Now, for those of you that are going to say, hey, you know, you got money from the government to be a farmer. Well, yeah, I did. I'm not going to deny that. The money that you see, if you go to that website and see that, you know, Pandy Farms has collected $250,000 in payments, that is not in any way true. The fact of the matter is that those were loans. The majority of them were loans. You get a loan on your corn that's still in your bin, or the beans that are still in your bin, or the wheat that's still in your bin, and before you know it, you've got $100,000 worth of loans, or $200,000 worth of loans, and these are old loans. But you have to pay them back. They're not forgiven loans, they are loans. If you don't pay them back, they come and they take the grain that's in the bin. So that's what that is. And they mark them down as government subsidies. So don't say that I've sucked $250,000 off the government's tits, because I haven't. DCP payments are direct and counter-cyclical payments. Those are pretty much pennies for the work that I've done. Basically what I do is I go in and I register my land, and they pay me for doing that. It takes me days and days to do this, and they fuck it up in that office anyway. So, excuse the language, but they screw it up in that office anyway. So, but whatever, that's where that happens. So, as far as becoming president, it's not going to happen. I don't want to be president. I really, truly do not want to be president of the United States of America. I would be laughed out of the race because, you know, hey, what kind of pedigree does this man have? Well, he's not a college-educated man, but he has common sense, so we can't have that. That's just not our style. Yeah. I think that we need term limits. That would be another thing that I would do, and no politician is going to agree to that. Whether it's Republican, Democrat, Independent, term limits are not what the current politicians want. Because if you say, hey, you know, you can only be a senator for 2 terms. 2 terms. That's it. Boom. Done. New blood comes in. Sorry, can't have that. They don't want that because then they can't collect that career politician pay. They get their health insurance for free. They get $250,000 a year. If you serve in the Senate and then say, hey, you know what, halfway you don't want to do it? I don't know about halfway through, but you get through the first term, I don't want to do it next time? What the hell? You get free health insurance and $250,000 a year. Well, the way the founding fathers set the system up was that you were a farmer, a rancher, a banker, a whatever you were. A cobbler, a shoemaker, whatever it was, a barber, whatever it was. You went and you served your country as a political figure. And when you were done, you went back to work in your business, whether it was whatever, gunsmith, whatever it was. Of course, now the lawyers that we have running this country have, turned it into, hey, we can do this forever. Obamacare is a joke. Alls it is, I'm not even sure what the angle is. I was told by my tax preparer, if you can't afford health insurance and you're going to go bankrupt to do health insurance, don't go bankrupt to do your health insurance. Pay the fine. The fine is pennies on the dollar, which blew my mind. So if it cost me, say, $8,000 or $10,000 a year for health insurance, which I dropped my health insurance because $8,000 or $10,000 was a lot of money, and I felt that I could get it cheaper, and I went to change companies, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, it's under $1,000 to pay the fine. So don't let them fool you into thinking that, oh my God, they're going to fine the hell out of me. Actually, the tax preparer has said, just pay the fine, it's cheaper. We don't know what the angle of it is. I think it's going to be, I got a pretty good idea. It's going to be, hey, being you can't afford health insurance on your own and you're willing to pay the fine, we will give you health insurance and everybody else has got to pay for it anyway. So even though everybody that's paying for the health insurance is paying for the health insurance, the Obamacare, so what a job. What a job it is to figure this big whole hairy crap old mess out. It's impossible. It's impossible. They've got it so intertwined. I don't even think Barack Obama knows what the hell he signed. I really don't. I don't think he was that intelligent to read it. Even if he did read it, I don't think he was that intelligent to understand it, because there's a line in there that says that we should be microchipped and tagged. Well, I'll tell you what, if a doctor comes up to me and says, well, Mr. Pandy, it's time to put this tag in your arm, I'm going to knock his teeth down his throat. I'm going to knock his teeth so far down his throat, Indiana Jones won't be able to find them. So, he's not tagging me. We tag animals. We tag dogs, cats, sheep, goats, cows, and pigs. The rest of it, we're not tagging me. Forget it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that, and I'll probably never post this one either, but hey, it was fun to make it. Hey Tim, what happened?
Truck broke down.
Here, you can film it. What's happening here?
We're being pulled.
Being pulled. Is he gonna stop? Is he gonna stop?
Nope.
No, he's not.
Hold it, hold it, hold it.
What's am I holding? I'm fine. I'm fine. You're the one that's not. Oh, Grandpa. There should be a church up here. He could shift you, totally. Come on, Grandpa. I think I'll pull this 25 mile an hour. Let's go. What do you think? So, anyways, the hose broke on the top of the engine that supplies the oil to the fuel pump on the 7.3 liter piece of shit that I hate so much. Anybody want a good used 550 Ford pickup truck, this bitch is gonna be for sale too. But anyways, that's my view until I find a place to park. Grandpa's not happy. Hey Tim? Yeah.